I've already done this mixing experiment once before, jumping straight to a low C sharp to fit an octave under my 9th string. But there's still the elusive G sharp -1 that Calium has shown off in the past, something that would fit a full octave under a 10-string guitar. And after finally getting my hands on both the Calium Quake bass and the thickest string they offer, it's time to mess around with the note a lot of you have been waiting for. I already did a little bit in my last Versus video. The dilemma of whether to tune up to match the extended range guitars has been an issue since 8 strings. And this time around, Unison has us still below a 5-string standard bass. So I want to quickly point out that this may sound a little gross, and is mainly for curiosity. And to fulfill a promise I had put on my first Metal Riffs Down an Octave video, it's time to do good on my word recycling some old material. And stay tuned to the end, because I have another update on the 10-string saga. This is Kevin from Said Too Much. So what do y'all think? Was it worth the wait to finally get to this G sharp -1, give or take a few half steps? Are you satisfied for now? To be fair, I technically already think the C sharp 0 is too ridiculous to use sometimes. My writing approach for subcontrabass has always been to use the low notes more as grace notes, moving around in octaves. If you're not jumping octaves, it's inversely better to use long sustained notes to get a few wavelengths out. Used correctly, I do think these notes can have value, maybe even that G sharp. It did surprise me when I first slapped it on. I was anticipating unusable garbage. I'm pretty sure that the pitch is not at all perfect or consistent down there, but it's still percussive and audible. My tuner doesn't even register a note until after the 12th fret even, and just barely touching the machine head can move the note a half step, so it's understandable. Fun fact, in my initial review of the Calium Quake bass, I said I was unsure of the machine heads, but putting this big guy in there was a total breeze. I had to drill out the slot a little wider when I started to experiment on a typical bass for reference. Now for a 10-string update. I originally gave it to Andrew Baina after losing momentum for ideas, but not wanting to see it go ignored while I switched to new projects at the same time. Now the time has come for Andrew to pass it along in tradition. We made a collab video with a certain YouTuber in mind to be next in line, and after a campaign of other fine suggestions, we finally found a recipient. It still might be a little too soon to make promises, but you all can start speculating. We've also decided that each person should have their initials carved into the guitar, and a personalized signed sticker to go on the case and grander display. Hopefully there's going to be a lot of hands, tunings, techniques, and arrangements on this instrument. For now though, enough said. For downloads, raw instrument tracks, and more exclusives, find our community on Patreon and consider adding your support.
Said so much.